I was very active, actually. I was a tomboy.
Were you?
Yeah, yeah. So I was always doing something, swimming, ice skating, climbing up in the trees. It was so hot, and we had walked a long way to the swimming pool, and then we played in this pool, and I remembered it was very dirty, but we were kids and we didn't care. We just wanted to cool off.
Yeah.
And we just splashed and played and had the best time, and then walked the long walk home again in this terrible heat. And I always thought that that was how I caught polio, in that pool that day. I was paralyzed from the waist down. So I know I was in bed, of course, the whole time I was in the hospital. They would roll in these like a ringer type washing machine, and it was filled with boiling water and with hot wool packs. And then you were in bed, of course, and then they covered your whole body in these packs, these wool packs. I was in a room with 3 girls about my age, but the children's hospital, of course, we were right in the middle of an epidemic, so it was so overloaded with children, we were the section I was in were children that were just paralyzed, not the children that had the bulb or polio where they couldn't breathe on their own. So the kids that were in the iron lungs we could hear things down the hall, and we were told that the iron lung kids were down the hall. There was one nurse in particular that we were all afraid of. She came on at night, and we were all very afraid of her. I don't ever recall her doing anything to me specifically, but for some reason we were afraid of her, and we thought had heard she yelled at the kids in the iron lungs because they wanted to listen to their radios. That's all they could do, and she would yell at them. And I'm sure I was just in there for the summer. I don't believe it went much longer than summer. And then I think the doctor just said to my mom that as far as he was concerned, that they were so overcrowded, the nurses just were overwhelmed with work, and that he could tell her what to do, show how to do the exercises. After I came home from the hospital, I recalled neighbors that would pick their children up and carry them. They wouldn't let the kids touch our sidewalk because they knew that I had polio, and so because they didn't know how it was caught, they weren't taking any chances. I can remember the first day my mother said I could take a walk outside on the sidewalk, and I can remember that feeling even now. It just is, I can be right there, the excitement of actually stepping on a sidewalk and taking steps. I was from a family that didn't talk about much of anything anyway, and that was pretty much the way, kids in the 50s, 40s, 50s, parents just didn't talk the way they talk now, and I had 2 very quiet parents, and so no, I don't ever recall. Once I went back to school, I don't ever recall any talk about the polio ever again.